Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Football Nation. This is the review of the Chelsea versus West Ham game, where I have to say this game was actually pretty frustrating as a Chelsea fan. We feel like Chelsea should do better. They should do a lot better. They didn't play up to speed. I wouldn't say they played terribly. They didn't play horrible, but they just they just weren't at the same level that they have been, in the past games. So that's why I found this game really frustrating to watch because it just seemed that Chelsea had all the possession, controlled the game, but they couldn't really do much with it. They couldn't do much with the all the possession they had, and they had also a lot of players in that team underperforming. Hazard was one of those players who underperformed today. Hazard made a lot of bad passes and just some bad decisions, and I'm not really sure whether it was just an off day for him or whether it was just fatigue that's kicking in, from the previous games that he's played. So we have to remember that he was playing in the World Cup and got pretty deep in the World Cup, and also didn't have a lot of time to rest. So after that, playing every game for Chelsea is of course going to be a challenge for him to keep his fitness. So in that perspective, I do feel like it's maybe this has something to do with fatigue and that kind of thing. Maybe you do have to criticize the manager, and he really hasn't rotated much. And I have stated in previous videos that the importance of rotating the players, because outside of just having fresh players, it's also that the new players need to keep I guess keep up with the pace of the of Sarri ball. So yeah, I mean that's just how it is for now. Another player that I thought also underperformed was Jorginho. He's usually very good on the ball. Well, he is very good, and he always makes the correct passes. But there were times in the game where I saw where he wasn't really making the best decisions, and a lot of those actually went into very dangerous counterattacks for West Ham. And to be honest, they could have been 1 or 2 nil up in the game. We actually got very lucky a couple of times, especially on that cross that came to Yarmolenko, and he was basically all by himself to take the header and put it away, and he missed. It was very lucky that he missed, and I'm so glad that he missed because it could have easily gone their way. So I feel like in that way they, as a West Ham, if anybody's a West Ham supporter, I'm sure you're also feeling very frustrated because you probably feel that your team should win. And yeah, I think even though they played very good defensively and they played really defensive, they had a strategy. It wasn't just park the bus and hope for the best. No, they had a strategy. They're very dangerous on the counterattacks. And yeah, I think Aneltovic is the player that was injured for them, and I think they really missed him. Because if that ball came to him on that cross, he doesn't miss it. It's 1-0 up. I'm sure of it. So I think Chelsea supporters need to be, I guess, wary of this. I guess it's kind of like this game is kind of like putting the foot on the ground, from from all of that hype, of us winning 5 straight Premier League games and going on the sixth. So, we have to remember that we also have not been really tested by top quality teams outside of Liverpool. I'm sorry, outside of Arsenal, whom we barely beat. We also had a lot of errors during that game. So, outside of that, I feel like we really haven't been tested. West Ham are actually a very good team, and as you could see, it was very hard to break them down. In fact, should have won. So fair play to West Ham for this, and yeah, I feel like they probably are frustrated just as we are for different reasons. Also, I hate to say it because I've always been very, I guess I'm a big fan of Conte. As many of you know, I always praise the guy. He's really humble, really just a great player, hard worker. It's just that I think defensively, he's so good. He can sense the danger before it happens. He can he can basically block out any potential threats that may be coming over his way. But of course, now in this season, Sari plays more of a attacking. I guess he's more of an attacking manager. It's not like Conte or like Mourinho, who are very pragmatic and very, defensive. So I think under those managers, Conte, everybody could see how good Conte is because that's what he does. He takes the ball from the defenders in dangerous, impossible dangerous areas, and then he quickly goes on to play for the counter and distribute the ball. But under Sari, he plays more of a higher, a deeper role. I'm sorry, more of a, I guess a role that's more in forward. But he's just not really doing much with it. He missed out, a couple of headers and a kick, and it's just I think it's an area. And the offensive part of his game is just an area that he really needs to improve if he wants to excel uh, under this system. So it's just I just feel like he needs to work on that. He really does. He's not up to par. Even today, I feel like if I was sorry, I I substitute Kante for maybe Fabregas or somebody who could give more of an offensive threat because it seemed like we needed something. We needed that. And another area which is also very clear to see that Chelsea needs to work on or to improve is the forward position. I've said it in almost every video. The forward position is weak. It's so weak. We have two strikers, Morata and Giroud, who are good. They're not great. They're not going to give you like 20 or 25 or goals a season. This is not going to happen. They're not going to give you that. They are not those kind of players. So, what are we doing? Chelsea, what are you doing? Why do you loan out Batshuayi? Why not keep him? Today, we really needed someone like Batshuayi, maybe to break, to break him down, to break that defensive, basically wall there. Giroud, yeah, he's not too bad, but he's just not that kind of player. We have no options. I even thought that maybe Sarri was going to replace Conte and put Morata and have two strikers. That would have made a lot more sense. But he just didn't do that. And it just shows the lack of depth that we have in the striker position. We have nothing. We don't have anything. What can you do with Morata and Giroud at the moment? Nothing. Morata, on his day, so dangerous, so good. But when is the last time we really saw that side of Morata? It's been a long time. He's worked under Conte. He's not working under Sarri. Same old story. Nothing. I think it's all right here in his head. He's just not performing. He's not confident. He doesn't believe that he can be a great striker. Every Chelsea fan believes that he's got potential. Every week that he comes, every time he gets on the pitch, we all have that little bit of hope. Little bit of hope that maybe he today can be the day he turns this thing around. Today is the day that he's going to turn his career around, where he can be the number one striker and we can rely on him to score all those goals. But every single time we're just let down. Every single time we're let down. And it's just so frustrating to watch. We really need to sort out the striker situation in January. I don't know what they're going to do. I personally, I don't know. I really don't know who we could get. I don't know. I think the best possible solution is just to recall Batshuayi from loan and to get him playing here. If you don't do that, then you're just basically kissing away the title. If we have not lost it by then. Maybe I am overreacting. Maybe. But this is a tough league. We've won 5 games in a row in the Premier League. We've tied our 6th game. And we're in 3rd place. Dropped down 2 positions from tying 1 game. That just tells you how competitive this thing is. How good Liverpool is and how good Man City is. Both of those teams have a better team than we do at the moment. But do we have the potential to win the league? Of course we do. We have the potential. But we don't have all the tools to do it with. And nothing can be done without a striker who can have the confidence to score 20 to 25 goals. I just don't see it. I just don't think we can win the league with that. So unless the goal for Chelsea is to make top 4, then yeah, I think we do have the correct, I guess, the right tools to do that. But do we have the correct tools to win the league? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're close. But without a striker, I just don't see it. And in the end, it comes down to that. Can he put the ball in the back of the net? Can he have the confidence to do it week by week? I just don't know. I just don't know, guys. I'm sorry. This video is kind of a little bit pessimistic. Maybe it's just how I'm feeling right now, but it's just something to think about. It's not the end of the world. There's a lot of games ahead. Huge game against Liverpool. Huge 2 games. We have a midweek against Liverpool, and we have, a weekend game. And it's just, I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm worried. To be honest, I'm very worried. I just don't know if we could do it. And it's a big game. I feel like to even just stay in the game, we have to at least tie. We can't lose. No way. We have to get something. Where are the goals going to come from? If not from Hazard or William or Pedro. Where? We missed Pedro today, by the way. I know I didn't say it, but we missed him. We needed him. Where are the goals going to come? Today, Hazard gets an off day and boom. Do we have to rely on Hazard every week? I think we shouldn't. We should have someone else who could step in. I don't know. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? Please hit like if you like this video. Subscribe and comment, and please just somebody let me know what can Chelsea do to get better. Is top 4? Is that good enough to make top 4? Would you consider that a success for Chelsea if they only made top 4 this year? I have my opinions on it. That's on a different video, of course. But, what do you guys think? Alright, see you guys on the next video.